Think that this Lapras is not in NAIC range. You need the attack boost here. There's a 1 in 8 chance.
Here we go, NAIC. We haven't seen a single boost, but we see it this time. Charge attack priority. Can this knock out? This is not super effective, but it's double boosted NAIC. In comes the NAIC with a knockout. Yes!
I had the honor to commentate the North America International Championships last week. Some of the best battlers from all over the world came here to battle it out, and I got to watch all of it. Prior to this, I went to Go Fest in New Jersey. The city experience expanded all the way to Manhattan, but the park experience was in Liberty State Park. I obtained a new toy here.
We're going to go into our spicy battle, though, Gabby. We've got Tauros versus Mr. Mime.
Okay, so that is a Paldean Tauros, and now it's gone, so I won't talk about that. And that's a Volcanion against a Ponard? What?
Volcanion will be available worldwide through Global Go Fest if you didn't attend an in-person event, and there are only 10 stat spreads that are 1500 CP or lower. It makes it one of the rarest Pokemon in the game for Great League currently. You're not missing out on anything competitive though, because it is very slow attacks and has the fragility of a Galvantula. Finally, my terrible luck with mythical IVs is pulling through.
Oh my goodness. And look, they look so calm.
Oh no, he's
Marto!
running! Where's he going?
Marto, come back! Come back! Where's he going?
The reason I attended NA Go Fest this season was because EU Go Fest was planned at the same time with NAIC, and I didn't want to miss out on NAIC. So from Thursday to Sunday, I caught about 124 shiny Pokemon, and yeah, it was a good time in New York. Alright, New Orleans. Last season, I reached top 32 at NAIC. This time, I got to commentate it with Softove, Caleb Pang, Wholesome, and 2 others. Unlike regional championships, this is a 3-day event. Double elimination play on day 1 until a top 32 remains, and this continues on day 2 until a top 3 is left. The top 3 will play on Championship Sunday. These trainers were Pokémon from Spain and Ilum and Itsaxn from North America. Would this be the first time an international championship is won by an out-of-region trainer?
Sideways, can they do it? Is the question. Get the priority here. 1, 2, and horses penalties.
Jim, what are your thoughts going into the finals here on Championship Sunday?
I'm just super excited for all the different storylines. We're either going to have Itsaxn making his comeback, the world champion, having a year and a half off of no wins, now winning Portland, winning NAIC. That'd be so exciting to have our first double IC winner. For Pokémon, he could be the first out-of-region winner, which I think would be one of the best storylines possible, especially as a trainer who had so many second places. To now see him have all this success, it's been great. I think that for me, what I'd be most excited to see, though, is Ilum. Knowing that he has won back-to-back regionals, I don't think we will ever see this again, of someone having the potential to win 3 consecutive tournaments. No matter the outcome, it's going to be an incredible storyline, and I can't wait to see it unfold.
Pokémon definitely tried. Ilum lifted the score to 2-0 very swiftly, and Pokémon almost pulled off the reverse sweep after getting to 2-2. Itsaxn will be waiting for him in the losers finals. Itsaxn, the 2023 world champion, had been struggling to find his form for a while, but he won the Portland Regional Championship 3 weeks before NAIC, and Itsaxn in form is probably the last person you'd want to face in a tournament. Again, Pokémon is down 0-2. Luck seems to be going his way though.
Here we go, NAIC. We haven't seen a single boost, but we see it this time! Charge attack priority! Can this knock out?
Over the NAIC. Do we see
There
that?
it is!
Can we get to the next NAIC? Yes, we get there!
In decisive Game 5, it comes down to a simultaneous KO. Pokémon lets Fate decide, while Itsaxn goes for a Lapras. This time, Lady Luck picks Itsaxn as he seems to be too late with his choice, and the Arachnid comes out instead.
protect shield, doesn't need to use it. Can we see in this game as well the Night Slash boost and grenade just does it again? And why? How do you do this?
3 boosts in a row. Do you need to shield this as Itsaxn, or do you simply leave it all up to the Lapras?
How do you get Night Slash boost? 3 game, another one, another one. What?
I'm gonna have a heart attack on stage here.
Despite 2 more Night Slash boosts, Switch Advantage allows Itsaxn to move on to the Grand Finals. He came from the loser side of the bracket, so Itsaxn needs to win a best of 5 twice. Can we see a return of the king? Ilum defeated Itsaxn on day 2, and only Worlds form Itsaxn could overcome this challenge. And he did. The master shows us the deception of timing. Itsaxn's first step to domination is preparation. This may not be a part of the battle mechanics, but it can be the very difference between a win and a loss. Knowing which teams he will play the day after Saturday, Itsaxn has time to develop strategies against both Pataman and Ilum. He uses the same composition in every game against Pataman, and also relies on the same Pokémon against Ilum. Preparation is key. With the time between day 2 and 3, Itsaxn is able to sharpen his knowledge on certain matchups, especially the ones of his unique pick Araquanid. Itsaxn knows that, for instance, Araquanid defeats Golisopod in all even shield scenarios going straight Bubble Beam. We zoom in on a prime example of play preparation. In game 1, Itsaxn and Ilum play a similar composition to a battle they had on day 2. During the day 2 battle, Ilum went for the Parabolic Charge first before even building to a play rough, allowing him to leave the 0 shields with a bit more HP. Itsaxn learned from this and now throws the Parabolic Charge immediately. Furthermore, both trainers swap simultaneously into Shadow Drapion after the Dedenne leads. This time Itsaxn swaps into the Araquanid. He knows that if this is played the same way, Araquanid is placed in a positive match against Shadow Drapion. Ilum would never hard swap a Dusclops because that could be hard answered by Shadow Drapion with Itsaxn, so it's a relative safe play. The next step is the mechanics of timing in battles. Both Itsaxn and Ilum are extremely meticulous with their timing of charge attacks. Itsaxn manages to throw Ilum off once in game 2. The Lapras from Ilum has a 1-turn fast attack, and to deceive Ilum, Itsaxn waits a turn with the Drapion to catch a charge attack on his Araquanid. To briefly explain in depth how this deception works, view the battle as a timeline. If you and your opponent have fast attacks of different turn durations, the optimal charge attack timing is to throw 1 turn before their fast attack animation ends. You give away a minimal amount of turns here, and unless your opponent has a 1-turn fast attack, they will be stuck in the animation, so they won't be able to catch. You preferably never want to line up to the same turn duration, because then your opponent will sneak an entire fast attack through, or they may be able to catch. That is obviously unavoidable against a 1-turn fast attack or same duration fast attack. If you want to double check the turn duration of a fast attack, one of the best unofficial sources to use at the moment is PvPoke. With this in mind, Ilum attempts to time his charge attack perfectly during the poison sting of the Drapion. Itsaxn knows this. He doesn't tap for half a second, a full turn, and then swaps into Araquanid. Ilum thought he timed his charge attack perfectly, but Itsaxn managed to catch a charge attack this way. Ironically, this was a game Itsaxn lost. Ilum did not let this happen again. Even though the time window to react is only half a second, it was enough to prevent further catch attempts from Itsaxn. But it's a phenomenal example of 2 extremely skilled battlers trying to throw each other off guard. The final deception is the timing of baiting. What is the perfect moment to attempt drawing a shield from your opponent with a lower cost energy charge stack than normally needed? I'll show a great example of one of my own battles at the 2024 Utrecht Special Championship. Dana has Lickitung against Cresselia and a sliver of Giratina origin. He is down 1 Protect Shield and I have 2 Protect Shields on Cresselia. Why on earth would I bait a Grass Knot here instead of playing it safe and go straight Future Sight? Dana takes the bait thinking that exact same thing, and the bait works. The skill set of baiting may be a bit harder or rather random in the Go Battle League, as you can't see the potential backlines and there's much less at stake. In Show 6, however, you can guess by the lead which Pokemon your opponent may have in the back. In the very final match of the Grand Finals, Ilum leads Golisopod into Shadow Drapion. He has the Dedenne in the back, and Itsaxn had paired Drapion with Lapras 5 out of 6 games previously, so the odds are that it may be there again. With that in mind, it's probably in Illim's best interest to fight with switch advantage. Goliathspot wins the even shield scenario against Shadow Drapion, so he's in a pretty good spot. Except that would only be if Shadow Drapion doesn't launch crazy Aqua Tail baits. And that's exactly what Itsaxn does. Baiting the resisted Aqua Tail is very risky, so who would do such a thing?
Now you can win this matchup as the Shadow Drapion. Itsaxn isn't living in his head. He's renting an entire house there with that bait.
This would only go wrong if Illim is like, well, I don't need switch advantage and I can take this crunch, so I don't need shield. He brought the Dene in the back, so he wants switch advantage, and thus the bait from Itsaxn works. It puts Itsaxn in a commanding position.
Illim unable to reach the charge attack. Itsaxn does get the Sparkling Aria. This is resisted damage. Is it enough to knock out? Looks like it takes down the Goliathspot. Parabolic charge is loaded here, but there's only 1 HP remaining on this tiny little Dedenne. Itsaxn is going to take a 3-0 series sweep.
Race for Itsaxn. He is your 2025 North America International Champion.
With all of these traits of time in competitive Pokemon Go, Itsaxn becomes the first person in Go to win 2 international championships. And what a time to get informed too. We'll see Itsaxn and many other skilled trainers in the same meta at the World Championships on 15th to 17th August in Anaheim. I won't be competing myself, I'll be commentating the event instead. I know that might be a surprise for some, but I love telling the stories of competitors making history. Perhaps that comes from my own experience with it too. My competitive season will continue in the 2026 season. I have 2 more segments / videos of my colleague 2O Butters at the end here, and I wanted to include them, but I had no idea where to place them in the video. Other than that, give a like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you like the video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hey, I want to say something to the camera.
Oh, what do you want to say?
I want to say I have a script here that I'm about to read on stage,
I have to
written by Martine, saying Paddleman and Zizwilus face off in the UIC Grand Finals. What a way to intro it! And are up against each other today. In their first round today.
Today?
And guess what? It's happening also.
When is that?
It's today.
Butters, what was your role actually this weekend? You didn't commentate any battles, but you were around here with me.
I did commentate one battle, technically, you versus Marto on Thursday, but really my role was to film segments. It was technically called the roaming camera segment person, which is something we've never done for ICs before, which I was really happy to do. I have so much fun doing that, so I was pretty much out on the floor, just playing games, talking to people, and just doing fun things, so it was really cool.